Good morning and welcome to Skydog Reviews. Today I'm going to be reviewing Boston Scally caps. Now right off the bat, this is not a paid review. Every cap that I'm showing you I bought with my own money. No one asked me to do this review, and I normally don't do a lot of reviews, but when you come across a product that you really like, and you come across videos on YouTube and such, that help me make my decision, I kind of want to help the community back. So if just want to make sure that other people have that same opportunity to see different hats on people's heads. So this is my review of the Boston Scally caps. Now, obviously, I'm a big fan. I have quite a few. But I've always been a hat guy. I mean, a baseball hat guy. And like many other reviewers, I've had similar problems. I have a fairly large head. I'm a 7 3/4 in a fitted cap. So if you go into your fitted caps, like my favorite, when I was a kid, this is what the Red Sox were wearing on the field. For those of you who are a little older or younger, you're used to seeing this. This one's actually from the 2013 World Series, Big Papi's last World Series with the Red Sox. But yeah, these are the only caps that really fit me well. You have the snapbacks and the elastic fits that just don't fit people with large heads well. Either you're out at the back of the strap, and it's not very comfortable, and the ones with the elastic, even in the largest sizes, kind of squeeze on you, and it's just not a comfortable experience. So in the past, I have looked for this flat cap style, and even in the largest sizes I've found, they're just not very comfortable. They didn't sit down on your head very nice. So when I stumbled across the Boston Scally on Facebook, like most folks, I gave them a look, and initially, I didn't really look deep enough into the sizing and everything. And I was like, yeah, I'm not gonna pay $50 for a cap that's not going to fit. And then I came across a Facebook ad, and it'll be the last hat I show that I'm like, well, maybe I'll try it for that hat. And then it started my kind of mini addiction of getting Boston Scally caps. So let's start off with what everybody looks at is the price. That's the first thing. Right now, as of today, lowest price cap is $44.10. On their website, and their most expensive cap is at $56. Most of them reside in the $52 range at a peak, and then into the upper 40s if they're on sale or depending on the material. Great variety. I mean, if you can't find one on there that meets your style, I'd be surprised. But hey, maybe there isn't. But if you wait a few months, it'll probably be one that could suit you. As far as discounts, I know everybody mentions there's almost always a 10% discount. If you join their socials like Facebook and Instagram, there's almost every day there's an ad on there with about 10% off. Another trick I've seen is putting stuff in a cart and backing out of the cart on the website, and you'll get a pop-up. Don't click it. On there's usually a 10%, so that's not really getting you a whole lot more than what you can get with their published deals, but every once in a while I've seen it pop up at 15%. So there's possibility you could get a 15% discount. For me, my best discount is doing the mix and match where you buy 3 and you get $25 off. If you bought 3 at the $44 price, that's about a 19% discount. If you bought 3 at the $52 price, which is pretty much their max on most caps, that's about a 16% discount. And so far, I have not seen a discount higher than that, but I haven't really been following until I started purchasing the caps. So there are ways to get discounts. Pretty much 10% is always on the website or through their socials. And I said that the 3 times at $25 off so far has been the best discount I have found. More importantly, once you receive your first order from Boston Scally, check out your receipt. Somewhere on the receipt, there's going to be a discount code for free shipping. So other than the first orders I placed, ever since, every time I order and make another order from Boston Scally, I use that discount code that they send me on my receipt And that'll save you, in my case, it's like $8 of shipping. So, I mean, there's pretty good value there. So you can get three, $50, 16% plus the $8, you're paying $156 plus tax. And it'll be at your house in a few days. I've never had a problem with shipping. It's always here when they say it's going to be here, if not sooner. I've never used customer service, so I can't tell you whether it's great or whether it's bad. My experience has been when I place an order, I get what I order. It's packed in a box. It's not, an expensive box, but I'd rather put the money in the hat than in the shipping container. But the order's always been correct. The sizes have always been correct, and the hats have always fit as described. Speaking of fit, it's important to note, depending on your head size, depending on the model, they may not fit the same. So you need to check the size charts for each hat when you're on the website. For the most part, the single panels have the same chart. The 6 panels have the same chart, and the 8 panels have the same chart. There are a couple exceptions. There's certain hats, I'll show you one later, that is a little different sizing chart just due to its construction. When you see, you'll understand why. But always check the sizing chart just to make sure that your hat's not. But for the most part, each panel style, like the 6, the 8, the 5, which I forgot, and the 1, will have a sizing chart. And you can measure your head. It's real simple to give you instructions on the website, or you can use your fitted hat size. Like mine's 7 3/4, which doesn't correlate to anything directly on those size charts, but you can kind of get an idea where you need to be. So I just measured mine. They recommend using string. The most important thing when you do that, make sure it's not a stretchable string or like a braided string that can kind of stretch out. I end up using a USB cable to measure mine and came up straight at 24 inches. And that's right about where my 7 3/4 lies. It's a little bit too big for 7 5/8. The downside to my head size is I'm right in between. On the single panels, the 24 is right at the top end of the size chart. So what that means for me is when I get the single panel, they feel a little tighter than when I buy an 8 panel, because on the 8 panel, my 24 inches is at the bottom size of a double X. So in the single panel, I'm at XL with the 24 inches right at the top. And at the 8 panel, I'm on the bottom side in the double XL with the 24 being the bottom. So for me, I love to fit right out of the box with the 8 panel. But I also know if I bought the single panel, the next size starts 24 and a half and they loosen up a little bit, it's going to be too loose on me. So what I have found, especially with the single panels, I can just give them some good tugs, fit them on, wear it around the house for a couple hours, and they weren't tight out of the box. It's just that they weren't as perfect to fit as the 8 panels for me in double X. But once I put the hat on for a couple hours, and like I said, you can really pull at them and they will stretch out, and they're designed to stretch out, I think, up to a 1/2 centimeter. I got a great fit on the 1 panels. So let's go. What hopefully you're here for is the reviews. So I'm going to start with the single panels. And if you haven't been able to tell already, I'm wearing, for a guy that was born and raised in New England, I got the G.O.A.T. It is basically like an original and Patriot blue. It's a wool poly blend. And you pull it off, you can see in here, you get the G.O.A.T. And for those of you who are from New England, you don't need to ask any more questions. Everybody knows who the G.O.A.T. is. For those of you outside New England, it's the guy that was basically dominating the NFL football for 20 years. So, so this is the G.O.A.T. It's a great hat. Looks really good. Nice fit. I really love the color, and I wasn't in there early enough to get a pin, but as you can see, I have supplanted it with an appropriate pin. It's got the lining. Like I said, this one isn't any special lining. It just has that label on the G.O.A.T. But it's a nice hat. It's not as warm as I thought it would be. I mean, and I think it's a matter of the style in there. I don't think the single panels, and this isn't really, the poly wool blend is really nice. Doesn't really overheat, although it's starting to get cold here. I live in Texas now, and I'm warm culture, so it's finally starting to cool off. So this is becoming a lot more appropriate. But as I live in Texas, I tend to need to go into some lighter weight hats. So let's hit some more single panels. All right, my next single panel here is the Birdie. You see, it doesn't have a liner. It's almost like the trainer variants. And again, this is an XL because I'm right at the top there. But it doesn't have any holes. Doesn't have vent holes like the trainer, but it's a very light material. It's a cotton poly blend. This one is in slate plaid. It's the only one they offer right now. But man, this is a great hat. It's nice and lightweight. I could wear this golfing, much like the Caddy variety. I wear a hat to work now. Once I started getting Boston Scallies, I'm not like I said, I don't like wearing baseball caps to work, and I don't wear it in work, but I can wear it to and from work. Especially in the heat of summer, just keeps the heat off your head. The direct sun here in Texas is killer. So the Birdie's going to be a great hat come summertime, or if I want to go out on activities, or if you're into walking or hiking, nice lightweight cap, so you're not really retaining all that heat. Great cap. I'm looking forward. I don't know if I've missed the boat, and there were other colors. Right now, this is the only color on their website in the Birdie. But man, what a great looking hat. And man, I can't wait till they make more or something similar. But this is the Birdie. The next hat here is the Keeper. So this one actually does have its own internal special artwork. Lighthouse. Again, this is in single XL. Nice liner in there. You can see it's got a dual contrast. The outer side here is slate plaid, and I think they call this like a sand color on the bill, and that falls through underneath and into the liner. Not a great fitting hat, This is just a wonderful cap. I actually wore this to work last week and had 3 people comment what a great hat this was, and most people don't say boo to me, so it's unusual to have anybody comment on something I'm wearing. As large as I am, people aren't usually commenting on your fashion sense. So, but yeah, the Keeper here, man, I could see wearing this. I wear it to and from work sometimes. We go on cruise vacation. I think this would be a perfect cruise vacation because it's a cotton twill blend. So it's a little heavier than a full cotton blend. So it's a little warmer. I have some Captains I'll show you, the same material. But man, it's very comfortable. I really love this one. This one is probably one of my favorite wearing hats between this and the Captains. And I like that contrast brim. It just makes it stand out a little bit. It's a real nice hat. Hoping they make some more colors in this, because right now this is my favorite, but we'll see what comes down the line. Lastly, okay, we're in the last of my single panels, and this is the kind of the individual as far as sizing goes. This is the flap cap in gray herringbone, and put it on, man. Now this one I did get in 2XL. It's a little bit bigger, but there's a reason, because what you're not seeing here, this is nice gray herringbone. This is a wool poly blend. Feels warm on my head. It feels warmer than any of the 3 I've put on prior. But the best thing about this is, even though I'm in Texas, we get those really cold breezes coming down from like Colorado, Montana. They start coming down here in the winter. We can get pretty cold, and walking across a large parking lot, getting into work, not a lot of fun, when your ears are exposed. So the secret of the flap cap is this nice line caps. And if you look, the whole cap is, there's no artwork in here, not the normal Boston Scally, but you can see it's kind of a quilted work. I believe the pub edition's coming out with a similar style liner, the quilted liner. Again, I don't know if you can see that, double XL, but this flap goes all the way around. So when it's really cold out, man, you can really just crank this one down, crank those flaps out, And man, you got yourself a great winter hat. You know, you're going to protect your ears. You got a nice wool poly blend keeping that warmth in your head. And I wouldn't want to, like, you know, go to the North Pole in this, but and it's great for here in Texas. And in reality is, again, with the large dome, knitted caps fit me kind of like a lot of like baseball hats. They just don't come all the way down. They don't cover my ears. Dome's too big for most knitted caps. So, man, this is going to be great this winter. You know, not that I'm looking forward to cold weather, but if we do have it, I'm ready to go. All right, so that's going to be the last of the single panels. All right, so pull that one away. And just a brief comment before we get into the 8s. They also make a lot of 6-panel hats. Quite a variety. I'm probably the best varieties in the 6-panel. But for me, style-wise, it kind of looks, and they'll say this, it's kind of like a transition from a baseball cap. So you get that flat cap styling, but it's still kind of got a little bit more of a brim. So it's a nice looking cap. I just don't think it would look good on me per se. But you know, maybe down the line they'll get one in there that's gonna take my money and I'll order it up. But I have not ordered any of the 6-panel. I just love the 8-panel and the single panels. Single panels, a little more classic look. The 8 panels, man, what a great take on an 8-panel hat. They really slimmed it out, none of that bagginess. And the only other one they have is the 5-panel, which when I had making this video, they just released some more colors, all in herringbone. They look great, but I already have like 8 panels and 1 panels in those colors, so I'm kind of holding off maybe for some lighter weight fabrics. Right now they're all in the herringbone. They have the gray, the green, the brown, and the Patriot blue in the 5 panels. And that's kind of a combination of the 1 panel and 8 panel, which I think will be fabulous. I'm just looking for something a little more lighter weight. I think I got my heavyweights covered, and the heavyweight season's not as long here in Texas. So let's go to my, probably as I said, this is my favorite style or design of cap. It's the 8-panel. So we're getting into, and I'm going to go from like lightweight down to my heavyweights. We're starting out with the Repel. So this is actually, you can see no liner there. This is a water repellent. It's not waterproof. It's water repellent. And you can see there, I go into double X when I go to the 8. My 24-inch head right at that bottom of that size. Some unique things about it. Obviously, instead of that big single panel, you get those 8 panels. You get the button on top. You know, it looks more like a newsboy, but man, it just doesn't have that flop. They did a great job really streamlining this, you know, making it a nice cap. Yeah. Yeah, you gotta love the 8-panel caps, man. You kind of see that newsboy thing, but it's a lot, you know, a lot more stylish, a lot more smoothed out. It doesn't look as baggy. I'm baggy enough as it is in through the body, so I need some kind of streamlining somewhere. So this one is the Repel 8-panel in craft tan. So it's not quite a Carhartt tan like some of their other caps, like the Worker, but it, you know, it would go really good with that. But I just did it because it was, you know, kind of the lightest weight. I think the gray one wasn't in stock when I ordered, but so something more lightweight for me for the summer, like when it's raining, you know, something just to keep my head a little dry, you know, walking in to and from work, from the parking lot, or if I'm running errands or something like that and it's raining out. Just a nice hat, and it's very lightweight, so much lighter than like any of the wool polys. It's very similar to the Birdie, but again, this nylon's even lighter weight than that. So what a great cap for a rainy day. Okay, my next one is actually from the trainer line again, but it is the 8-panel, so it's got the buttons. As you can again take a look, there is no liner in this. So, and it also has the vent holes. I think you can see them better from the outside there. So you have vent holes, so you put this on, and this is designed to be sweated in. You know, this is designed, you can watch the video for the trainer on Boston Scally. He's out there doing stuff I couldn't have done 30 years ago, maybe 40 years ago, but not 30 years ago and into the present. So he's out there working it. But man, so this is the 8-panel plaid trainer and some charcoal plaid. It's a poly rayon mix. So again, it's a little different than some of the other caps we're going to show you, but it's got that great 8-panel style. Really like it. A nice hat again to wear around here in Texas when we get months in a row where we don't see below 100 degrees. I mean, there's nothing more disheartening. I get up fairly early to go to work in the morning, and the temperature in the garage, and we have an insulated garage door, is 101 in the garage at 5:30 in the morning. So it's a little hot here, you can say. But man, this trainer hat, I think this is going to be great in the summer. You could go golfing in this. I don't know if I'd play tennis in it, but maybe. They might give it a shot. I'm more of a tennis player than anything else, but another great lightweight hat, great styling. I can't wait to put that one into use. Here's another one. If you've seen a lot of the other video channels, you've seen this hat reviewed. This is the Independence in blue. And again, we get the no liner in there. So you got the vent holes. And of course, you can see what the styling is the 4th of July, I believe, release. Got the button cap being the 8-panel. But you got this red and white striped brim with the blue background, little American flag shout out, very patriotic. But again, another lightweight hat. Man, it fits great. Independence is lightweight cotton. Again, a little different material than we looked at the trainer or the Repel. But another great hat you can wear. Obviously, 4th of July, any patriotic holiday, this would be a great hat to have out and about. It fits really good, really cool. Again, another hat I'm going to love wearing here in Texas. Let's see. Boom. And then now we get into the Caddy. And this is the Caddy in light gray. Other channels, I have seen the Caddy and they have that plaid. I have it on order. But anyways, I have the Caddy here in light gray. This is also a cotton poly blend. So actually, this is the first cotton poly. The last one was a lightweight cotton, the Independence. This is a cotton poly blend. So it's lightweight, does not have the vent like the trainer series. But again, a nice lightweight hat. Man, that's just another great fitting hat here. I love the style, and it gives you a little bit of that, it's a little bit wider. It's not as tight as like the 6-panel, gives it a little bit different styling. But man, another lightweight hat. You can wear this out, again, here in Texas in the summer, the fall, and the spring. We do get quite the weather here. It's very hot. But man, nice hat. I could see myself, if I was out golfing or going to Top Golf, this would be a really classy looking hat, instead of just wearing ball caps. I mean, I have tons of ball caps. I like ball caps, but I usually wear them when I'm golfing and doing stuff. But this stuff is just, it just takes the style up to that level. A little bit different than everybody else. All right. Oh, yeah, here's one of my favorites, being from Boston. This is the Youk. The Youk. Kevin Youkilis. If you're a Boston Red Sox fan, you know that name. Again, we got to look at the 8-panel, we got the button, we got the vent holes, even got some baseball, some stitched in baseball seams into the side of the hat. Give you a little bit of style there. Inside, it is a liner. They do have the vent holes, but there is a thin liner there. You got the Youk from Boston Scally, and you get this nice, red and blue plaid with a red sweatband ring. Just a beautiful looking hat. I was lucky to get a hold of it because I believe they sold out in my size right after I ordered it. So, but man, what a nice hat. I could see going to a Sox game in this, and you just stand out. Again, I got my Red Sox caps. I got a lot of those, but the Youk, this is, like I said, this is, again, probably one of my favorite caps. I don't know how many I've said that about so far, but, what a great looking hat. That navy with the red really pops. Very comfortable. It's a soft cotton blend, so a little bit different blended material than some of the other ones. You know, it feels softer than even like the fitted Red Sox caps. So what a great cap to wear. I've worn it to work a couple times, you know. A lot of Rangers fans, they're in the World Series right now, so they aren't as impressed with it as I am. But man, this is a really great cap. I could see this. This is probably like a 3-season cap. Maybe not during like the peak of summer or the peak of winter, but you can wear this almost year round. All right, and again, these were some of my again favorites. So we already talked about the keeper and the 1 panel. This is the captain, and this is the 8 panel. We got the button, and probably one of the first ones I actually got the pin for. So I did get the Boston Scally pins for this one. It's the gold one, and they did offer an enamel painted one. I prefer the gold one, and it's not quite, on the website, it's showing like a bright gold. This is actually more of a weathered, like bronze type look. It's a really nice looking pin. Goes great on the cap. Again, the captain, so it's lined. We got the captain artwork in there. It's hard to see with the black in there. But the captain, this one in particular is bronze rum. It's a soft cotton twill, so it's kind of similar to the Youk, but it's just it's not quite as soft. It's a little more hardy, and I didn't show you again. It's harder to see on the 8 than on the 1, but it does have the black brim. So you have like the bronze rum coloring and the black brim. So again, it stands out, gives it a little, you know, a little contrast there when you put it on. And these are great hats too. Like the keeper, you know, it's a beautiful looking hat. You can wear this anywhere. Again, plan to go on a cruise in a few months. I'm gonna take these on my cruise. I know the captains and the keeper. I mean, it's just a very comfortable hat. You know, it's not too. It's warmer than those lightweight hats I showed you. It's not like the poly and the rayon blends or the light cotton. You know, so it's a little bit more of like a spring and fall style hat instead of winter. Wouldn't probably wear it out in the peak of summer, but we'll see how it goes. But it's just a very comfortable, very nice hat. And I liked it so much, I actually got it in 2 colorways. This was my actually first of these 2. This is the captain in black pearl. You know, for all you Pirates of the Caribbean fans, you got the black pearl color. And again, I got the gold pin on this one. Nice pin there. And kind of the opposite of the previous one. It's got that sandy color, tan in the brim. Get that nice contrast coming across the front. And a great hat. You know, I've worn this one quite a bit. This is, you know, until I got my recent arrival, this is probably my favorite hat. Then of course, then you get the Youk. That's probably one of my favorites. They're all my favorites. They're all great hats. I mean, love the way they look. Love the way they feel. I mean, this is something, you know, I'm a hat guy. I can wear my hat. I never wore hats into work. I don't wear my hat when I'm sitting at my desk, obviously. Some people do. A lot of people wear ball caps where I work, but yeah, it's just not my thing. But these can go on, especially these 8 panels. You know, they don't really, you know, mess up your head like a knit cap would in the winter, or a baseball cap. I don't really get hat head. You know, I mean, if my hair goes longer, it probably would, but with my short hair, you know, this is a great cap to, you know, just go tool around town, go to work, go on a cruise, you know. I think that's what the captain was designed for, to be out by the sea, or not that we have, I mean, I guess we technically have the Gulf of Mexico here in Texas, but, you know, like, you see more of a New England style cap, I think, but I love it. Great cap. All right. So now let's go into the little heavier weights. You know, we've already saw some of those in the single panel. Here's a beautiful cap. I saw this and I had to make another order. So this is the Shamrock in gray herringbone. Man, just a beautiful, beautiful cap. It's got the button, and as you can see here, that button is in green, kind of matches with the brim. The brim's in green, so you get that contrast, the brim. And of course, being, you got the Shamrock sitting right there on the back. Inside, you get the specialized artwork for the Shamrock, the black liner. Heavyweight, you can just feel it in your hands. Very well-made cap. And I don't know if I mentioned before, but when you usually get into these heavyweight fabrics, they do fit a little looser. I think they're designed to do that, which is great because you can really then pull them down on those cold days. But what a great looking cap. Obviously, you want to wear this in the spring around St. Paddy's Day. Get a little bit of Irish in you. You can wear it anytime you want. I love it. I mean, it's a great design. I mean, I like the herringbones to begin with, but just that little things like the green button, the green brim, and the Shamrock in the back really set this one off. It's just a gorgeous cap. As we get into this cold weather, something I'm going to be wearing quite a bit as we get into the colder months here in Texas. So, what a great cap. And now, got to do a little change here because the whole reason I started buying Boston Scally caps here has to do with the next one. And you can probably guess where I'm going with this, right? Get the Bruins this year, 100 years of Boston Bruins hockey. This is my first one, and this is why I started buying Boston Scally caps. What got me deeper into the website when I saw this one. This is the Bruin Peaky in gold and black plaid. What a beautiful cap for a Bruins fan. It's got the button kind of camouflaged in there in the pad, but it's still got that same 8-panel construction like all the others. A nice thick heavyweight cap. This one has a pin. I got that. So a great pin with the same artwork that you get in the cap. Goaltender's mask with the Shamrock on it for the Bruin Peaky. Did I show you the inside? Yeah, I think so. But anyways, yeah, you got that nice same artwork, that was showing up there on the pin. Nice black liner. And this is one of those ones that's got kind of that faux, I don't know how well you can see it there, that faux leather brim underneath. Just a different feel. But man, this is a cap for a Bruins fan. I don't know anybody else that would agree. I mean, I guess maybe if you were a Penguins fan, you could probably get away with it if you didn't put the button on the side. But man, this is Bruins black and gold. Man, what a great looking cap. I'm looking forward to wearing it. I like to, like I said, as we get to the winter months here, wear it to and from work. Wear it with my Bruins attire. But you don't need to be wearing Bruins attire to wear this. This just really works really good. Now, a little warning. I know some people have said this on some reviews elsewhere that they say the cap's not the same color that it shows up on the website. Now, this one, like I said, on the website, I'm just going to bring it a little closer so you can see it. So it's a little darker than you show on the website. And there's reasons for that. When they do the promo photos for like websites and everything like that, they're doing it in a white box with a lot of flash, a lot of white light. They tend to look a little lighter. And I was a little worried. They didn't want it to be too flashy. I'm not that flashy of a guy. But man, when this one came in, I was so happy. It was a little darker. Just, more of that greedy Bruins type feel to it. So that is it. I think that's all my collection. I got more coming. So I think there's more arriving in a couple hours here. But yeah, if you have any questions, I'll try to answer them. This will be a new YouTube channel from me. But if you're looking for these hats and you don't do the Facebook thing, you can go to bostonscally.com. I'll put a link in the description. Again, they're not paying me. I'm not getting any money from them. I'm doing this because I think it's a great product. And I'm just trying to help out the community. For those out there, because it was such a great help for me to see other people's videos out there where they showed me different hats, put on different hats. And I thank my predecessors. They inspired me to put this up. So Have a great day, everyone. Again, thank you for joining us on Skydog Reviews, and we'll see you next time.